Hi, it's Cara Whedbee again with Simply Magical Vacations. Simply Magical Vacations by Cara on Facebook. I am coming to you today to talk about tickets for Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Tomorrow, June 21st, is the first day that Disney is going to release 2017 rates for packages at Disney World and for Aulani. Disneyland, we don't know when those are being released yet. So for tomorrow, it's going to be Walt Disney World and Aulani that's available to book. Cruise dates and rates are already out for 2017. So if you're wanting to go on a cruise, that's already available price-wise, and I can quote you that anytime. But for Walt Disney World and Aulani, tomorrow is the day. We're very excited. So I have a lot of quotes already that I'll be working on tomorrow. If you want to add yours to the mix, just click on Book Now at the top of my page and fill out the information, and I'll be happy to add your quote to my list and get that done for you for 2017. I was talking to a client the other day, and when I talk, I sometimes forget that all this language that Disney uses and all these acronyms and things like that are familiar to me, but they're probably not familiar to you. And that's one of the reasons you hire a travel agent to help you with this. So I was talking and I was saying something about a base ticket versus a park hopper, and I just totally lost the person. So I thought today we're going to talk about the tickets that are available to choose from when you go to Walt Disney World versus Disneyland. And we're also going to talk about this little baby right here. It's called a magic band. See the little Mickey right there? That is the magic band, and you touch little Mickey to his counterpart at Walt Disney World, and he gets you into many, many things. So this little magic band is your ticket if you're going to Walt Disney World and you're staying in a Walt Disney World resort. If you do not stay on property, you do not get one of these. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to know. Magic bands are for people staying on Disney property. If you are not, you are welcome to buy one from the Disney store and hook it to your My Disney Experience account, which I'll have to do a whole nother video on My Disney Experience. But just so you know, this thing has to be hooked up to that account if you want to use it as your ticket if you are not staying at a Walt Disney World resort. Okay, but if you are, I get to go into your My Disney Experience account and personalize it for you. So I will go in there and pick the color. You have many colors to choose from. I will engrave your name on the back, however you want it spelled. We'll get it on there for you. Sometimes Disney will offer a special and they'll give you a special magic band. Like for this summer, they have the Awaken Summer deal, and if you book that deal, then you get a Star Wars magic band that has BB-8 on it. So the magic bands are usually solid colors, but it just depends on what kind of a special they're offering, if they change them or not. You may also buy special limited edition magic bands when you're in the parks or at any Disney store or the Disney Parks app, and you can get them with any character that's your favorite character. Like today I'm wearing Ariel. So if she's your favorite, you can get one with Ariel on it. If you want to get the new limited edition Dooney and Bourke magic bands, they have a limited edition Dooney and Bourke in 4 different designs that match their Disney purses. So if you decide, oh, I want my luxurious Dooney and Bourke magic bands, then you may get one of those too, and then I'll tell you how to link it to your account. So anyway, that's the ticket if you are going to Walt Disney World and you are staying at a Walt Disney World resort. If not, then you're just going to get a card, which let me see if I have one. Special Disney box. Okay, so if you do not have a magic band, if you're not staying on site, then you get one of these. There's Mickey. That's your card, and you have to carry it with you and scan it everywhere. The magic band is so much easier because you wear it and then scan it. Okay, so what do these things cover? If you have this, what does this cover? If you're not staying at a Walt Disney World resort, then you'll have something like this for Disneyland and for Disney World. This is your ticket. It gets you into the parks. It doesn't do much else. Okay, so if you're getting this, then that's what it does. If you get a magic band at Walt Disney World, then what it does is it not only gets you into the parks, but it also is going to get you your dining plan credits. So they just scan little Mickey and there's your dining plan credit for whatever restaurant you're eating at. It's also going to be your room key. So they have the little Mickey Mouse counterpart on your door. You put Mickey up to Mickey he turns green and you walk in. So it's also your room key. It's also for if you go to a water park. These are waterproof, so they're great. You can attach a credit card to your room. This is a little complicated. It's not attached technically to your Magic Band, but you can attach a credit card to your room, and then when you're shopping, you scan the Magic Band and it sends the charges to your room. And so when you check out, you can pay with a Disney gift card, or you can pay with your credit card, or however you want to, but you create a PIN number and it connects your Magic Band to your room, and then anything you're buying in the parks, you can just have all the charges sent to your room charge, and you pay it on the day that you leave. So sometimes that's easier than having to carry around anything. So literally you could just wear this and that's it, and you don't need anything else. If you are not staying on site, then you'll have one of these, and this will get you into the parks. And depending on which type of ticket, which that's what we're going to talk about next, is the type of tickets, then that's what this will be. So for instance, at Disney World and at Disneyland, you have two choices for your tickets, okay? You can either get a base ticket, which is one park per day, or you can get a park hopper ticket, which is as many parks as you want to go to, as many times as you want to switch parks all day long, is a park hopper. So the park hopper gives you more freedom. I prefer a park hopper no matter which resort I'm going to, Disney World or Disneyland, just because I want the option of going to one place in the morning, taking a rest at the hotel in the afternoon, going somewhere else at night, and maybe even going to yet another park for their nighttime show to finish the evening. So I like to have lots of choices, so that's why I like a park hopper. But if you want to save money and you're not really looking to go anywhere else and you're just going to stick with that one park each day, then a base ticket will work just as well. So that's the difference between a park hopper and a base ticket. Now with a base ticket, for instance, let's say you go to Magic Kingdom, and that's the park you're going to that day. So you're going to go and they'll scan your card, or they'll scan your Magic Band, depending on whether or not you're staying on property. And then you go into the park. Well, let's say you want to leave and you want to go to the resort and swim, and then you want to come back later on. That's okay, but you have to go back when you have a base ticket to the same park that you started at that morning. So the difference is, if you have a base ticket, you're going back to Magic Kingdom. If you have a park hopper, you are going to wherever you want, as many times as you want that same day. So you could ride the monorail and go to Epcot, and then ride the monorail, go back to Magic Kingdom, ride a bus, go somewhere, ride a water taxi, go somewhere else. That's the difference between a park hopper and a base ticket, okay? So that's something that I know very, very well, but I forget that you don't. So it's something that I wanted to discuss with you today. In addition to regular tickets, like a base ticket and a park hopper ticket, Disney World and Disneyland have separate VIP tours. And those are determined, like you pay for those by the hour, and you get a VIP staff member to take you and a small number of people, a limited number of people around. And you ride whatever rides they can get you into. You usually go through the Fast Pass line. It's very nice VIP service, but it will cost you hundreds of dollars an hour. So it just depends on what you're wanting to do. At Disney World, there are separate holiday ticketed events. So I'm sure you've heard of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. That goes on in September and October. And then Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. That goes on in November and December. And there are certain dates for those, and then you have to get separate tickets for those events. And so those are only at the Magic Kingdom. So if there's a party that day that you're at the Magic Kingdom and you don't have a separate party ticket for that night, then Magic Kingdom closes at 7 p.m. for you. If you do have a separate ticket, then you can get in starting at 4 p.m., so it's kind of like a crossover there, and then stay the rest of the night for the specially ticketed event, which they limit the number of tickets, and most of those are sold out for the holiday parties this fall, but that's kind of how those work. The other thing you can do is tours, which mostly are for adults, but there are a few that kids are allowed to go on. The last time my husband and I went to Disney World for our anniversary, I wanted to do a tour. So we did the Keys to the Kingdom tour. I don't know if you could see that or not. And this was where a cast member shows you around and is your tour guide, and you wear these little microphones in your ear, and they take you on different rides and throughout the park, and they tell you all of these secret things that nobody knows. And this one is for Magic Kingdom, but they also take you under the Magic Kingdom, and you get to tour the utilidors, and that is really cool, and I highly recommend it, but it is only for adults. So if you have someone else that could take your kids, or if you want to use the Disney childcare that particular day and then go on the tour, I think this one was about a 4-hour tour, mostly walking, and they do provide lunch with it, and it's a separate event that I will call and schedule for you to go on if you choose to do that. But then when you're done, you get your key to the kingdom. Pretty cool. So I highly recommend that if you have some adults that want to go and see all the insides of Disney World and underneath Magic Kingdom. It's pretty cool. So that is all the types of tickets that you can choose from at Disney World or Disneyland. There is one other option at Disneyland that I'll briefly talk about. It's called a Southern California City Pass. And Disneyland allows us to book that with the Disneyland packages. In fact, I did several quotes for those today. So the Southern California City Pass is more than just Disneyland tickets. So Disneyland, like we talked about in one of our other videos, is pretty compact and it's landlocked. So it's smaller. The roadways when you're walking through Main Street in Disneyland is a lot narrower than if you're in the Magic Kingdom. So everything is more compact in there. Everybody's closer together. So in those parks, there's two. There's Disneyland and California Adventure. It doesn't really take you as long to go through those as it would to go through all four at Disney World. So in Disneyland, it's more of a theme park experience, and you don't necessarily have to stay on site to get the same experience. So what I recommend on that one is if you get the Southern California City Pass and you decide to go for a week, you're only going to need about 3 days in Disneyland. Then you're probably going to want to go off campus and do some other stuff. So the Southern California City Pass includes 3-day park hopper to Disneyland. So it gets you into both parks anytime you want, 3-day park hopper. It includes one magic morning, early magic morning, and it'll tell you the park, your hotel will let you know, or Disney will let you know which magic morning you get. But you get there an hour before everybody else is allowed to go in. And I highly recommend that for Disneyland. The earlier you get there, the better. And then it allows you to have one full day at Legoland, California, and one full day at SeaWorld Adventure Park. So you not only get those 3 days at Disneyland, which will be plenty, but you also get a full day at Legoland and a full day at SeaWorld. So it's nice because you're only paying a fraction of what you would pay if you got all of those tickets separately. So I highly recommend that if you're looking into a Disneyland package, because just for a little bit more money, you're going to get a park hopper for 3 days to Disneyland. You're still going to get your early magic morning access, and you're going to get Legoland and SeaWorld attached to it. Also, Disney World or Disneyland has rental cars available in downtown Disney. So if you need to get a rental car to get transportation to another park or, you know, Universal Studios or whatever, then you'll be able to do that once you get there, and you can take the separate motor coach that Disney offers from the airport to get actually to your hotel. So you have lots of options there. You don't necessarily do the same thing that you would do at Walt Disney World as far as tickets go. So I just wanted to explain tickets today, and hopefully I've helped you understand them a little bit better and what your choices are, because when I send you a quote on the add-on section, I'm sending you every type of ticket you can get and also what the prices are for each one. I will say there's one more for Disney World, and remember I said that these are waterproof. It's the Water Parks Fun and More option. So you have the choice of getting the park hopper on your ticket or the Water Parks Fun and More, or you can combine them and get both. So like you could get your park hopper ticket plus Water Parks Fun and More. The Water Parks Fun and More ticket includes your choice of one water park access per day, like extra access. So let's say you decided to go on a trip and you wanted to go to both water parks at some point while you're there. You would get access based on the number of days your Water Parks Fun and More ticket is for. So if you have a 4-day ticket, then you'd have 4 chances to get there, okay? And they also have access to the putt-putt place. There's 2 putt-putt options in Disney Worlds, and so the Water Parks Fun and More has access to that as well. There's also a cheaper 9-hole golf course you can play. And they give you access to that with the Water Parks Fun and More option as well. So there's some different things that are in the and more part. But I would just say that unless you're going for 7 to 10 days, you're not going to have enough time to do everything in the Water Parks Fun and More option. So you're just probably going to want to just maybe pick a day or two that you're getting the water park separate tickets. I wouldn't get them for every single day. So it just depends on how much time you have. All right, so that's what I have to say today about tickets and how they work, what they look like, depending on where you stay. And hopefully that helps you out. The next topic we're going to do, and I believe we'll probably do it tomorrow once Disney releases their 2017 packages, is dining. Because I hear the dining plan is changing, and I'm not going to say anything more about it until tomorrow. So that's it for today. Talk to you again later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.